Hello, it's Wednesday, August 11. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. We're filling up the water tank. It's going pretty quick. We're maybe a third of a tank, and it's only been about 15 minutes. The pressure regulator, I shut the valve off so there was no flow, and the pressure regulator underneath the floor there was holding pressure constant at 40 psi according to the gauge that's on it, which is okay. I mean, I could jack that up to about 50 probably, and it would fill up a little bit quicker. So we got water coming in here, going through 2 filters. Coming down here and going to the tank. And you can see there's like a little bit of movement down there where there's a bubble. And the sight gauge is full all the way to the top now. The higher the tank is getting, the higher the sight gauge was reading under pressure, because there's more pressure in this line right here than there is up here. I just shut this off, and there, that shows you where our water level is right now. And if I open it, you'll see that it'll rise. So theoretically, water could come up here. It's most likely just, if it comes up high enough, it's flowing back into the tank, because this is slightly higher than that. But if it were to, it would just run out on the ground outside. That's actually what I'm waiting for. I want the tank to fill up to the top and overflow. I want to see how it acts as far as pressurizing the tank. If the flow from 40 psi does not create more flow than wants to run out. So we'll see. We had our first leak. It's dry now. This guy here, I just tightened it up a little bit more and it seems to be fine. And I checked this one and I forgot to tighten it. So this is nice and tight now, just as tight as I can get it using this. So I could go even tighter with a ratchet if I needed to. But I mean, this is almost full. I can hear water. I think water is overflowing here and dripping back down into the tank. Sounds like I can hear it dripping in there. I said earlier that it would just run out down on the ground, but this pipe comes up about this high before it turns and goes down purposefully to prevent water loss. So another few minutes. We're getting close. That's water on the inside of the tank. Gosh, that was maybe 15 or, I don't think it was even 20 minutes, man. It's kind of hard for me to judge. I should have checked the time just to. I hope that was the only leak of that clamp right there.
Before you're gonna make it, it's full.
Fill it. I want to fill it until it starts flowing out, and I want to see how the tank responds to the extra pressure. Because, you know, there's going to be more pressure once it gets completely full and the water starts getting pushed out the vent. And I want to know that I don't have to worry about it. See, this is already floating right here now. Notice it? It's round. Oh, it's already flowing out. This is leaking here. All right, this was a great test. So it looks like this hose is a fail because as tight as I can tighten it with this, it keeps leaking. So we're gonna have to come up with something different. Right now, we still got a little bit of pressure. This is like a water bed. A little bit of pressure in here, and I want to alleviate that. So this will drain, and I'll know this is drained when I see air around this. And plus a little bit. Also, you notice there's air up in the front here and down here. That's because the bus is higher in the front because I parked it back in our normal parking spot in front of the house. And so that's actually a good thing. If we do get any leaks, they're gonna go back instead of up. I just saw another drop. It's still leaking here. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna hook the drain hose up to this and open the back door, just stick a hose there and open that guy up and just drain off some water. Okay, so we got our garden hose here. That's the same hose we used to fill it. Just open that up and it should be just draining. Gravity drain. Oh, I gotta open up the tank valve too. There we go, I can hear it. All right, so let me zoom in here, show you what we got. You see how that's got that helical little groove in it? I think the only way I could seal that would be to put pipe thread dope on this thing, and that's not something I want to do. So I'm going to give up on this flexible PVC. You know what, I was just now thinking to myself, the reason why I went with this is I didn't want to have sunlight causing there to be mold or anything in there, which is a valid argument. But this is going to be a piece of plywood and the mattress is going to be on top of it, so it's going to be dark down there almost completely. So I'll just buy that much of this kind of hose, and hopefully I can find a piece of this that's got the right inside diameter to fit on that.